Hello, James from Espitia Roofing. This is Joel from JND SEO. We spoke briefly earlier, so I'm going to show you 3 ways to improve your site and to beat your competition online. And so at the end of the video, James, I'm not trying to waste your time here. I'm going to make this as quick as possible. But if you want to hear more information at the end, let's set up a 5-minute phone call. I can answer any questions for you. If not, no big deal. I'm going to give you some free tips and strategies in the video. And you can either actually go ahead and do these yourself to your site, or if you have someone that you currently use, you can actually show them as well. So the 3 things we'll talk about are content, citations, and backlinks. So let's start with the content. And so I'm looking at your page to see how much content you guys have. Google recommends having about 1,500 words to 2,000 words of content. The reason that they do want so much is that the more content you have, the more information you're offering out on the web. So Google wants people to provide essentially education. So they're going to actually rank you higher so that people will see it, which is going to help them to bring in more people as well. So it kind of helps them also. So next, I'm also going to show you Linear Roofing. They're one of the top results in the area. So that's the competition. That's who you want to beat. We want to see what they're doing so we can do the same thing and better. So if we look at their site, we're going to find out right away they probably have between maybe 600-700 words of content, maybe even less than that, maybe 5. They don't have anywhere near the 1,500 or 2,000. However, one thing they do have is a blog. And if you have a blog, that works very similar to the content, where people love blogs. They click them. There's a lot of information in them, and so it also educates. So Google likes them as well, and they rank sites with blogs a lot of times a little higher as well. So I always say, why not have both if possible? Blogs can be a lot of work, so having a lot of content is probably the most important part. But the other reason it's important is that the more content you have on your page, the more keywords or keyword phrases. I've put in roofing Greenville, South Carolina. This search alone brings in 200 people every month search this onto Google. It's not the best one. There's one that brings in 400, and I'll show you that in a little bit, and so you'll see that. But this is also what new customers are searching, because as you can see, there's no company here specified, so they're actually looking for one. First thing they would see would be these ads at the top of the screen. Next thing they're going to find is this map section, also called GMB or Google My Business. And this is going to bring us to our second topic, which is citations. So the top 3 companies show up here in this preview window. This is all based on citations, and that's when you get your business name, address, and phone number all listed together into a directory site. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor. You can also link your social media, and that will help you as well. So the 2 big points with this: make sure you get citations in a related field as what you do. So for roofing, probably construction, roofing, maybe remodeling, things like that would be fine, or even exteriors. Now, and also make sure your name is spelled. So this one has like LLC. Make sure if you have LLC, it's in every one of your sites. It's always spelled the exact same with the same words as well. All right, so next we have the organic section. In any Google search you do, you're going to have 10 results that show up on each page. So these show up in reference to our keyword, roofing Greensville, South Carolina. And so we can rank this keyword based on our results. So number 1 goes to Home Advisor, 2 goes to the Better Business Bureau, 3 is going to go to Linear Roofing, our search that we were, our company that we were using as our competition. So these top 2 are actually both directories. And that's a good thing, because directories are easier to beat in the rankings, because Google actually recommends that they prefer a local company is the number 1 ranking. All right, so next up, I took your website, espitiaroofing.com, plugged it into a program called Eris. This allows me to kind of see how your site's performing. So what I can see now is you've got your headers up here, you've got your company name as well as a keyword. That's a really good thing. This allows Google to find you a little bit easier. So next up, let's talk about your backlinks and referring domains. So these go hand in hand. Right now you have 4 referring domains or websites, and they have 27 links on the 4 sites. So what this means is, like, for instance, if we had a Facebook business page with your same name, the Facebook business page would be your referring domain or website, and the part where it has your web address, if you put this, your current address, that would be your backlink. So when somebody clicks the backlink, it sends them to your website. So the way this works is these sites point to your site with the links, And so that allows Google, they kind of vouch for you by doing that, because the site wouldn't point to if you weren't a reasonable, good site. So the higher, that's actually going to be Google ranks your trust here. So the more they trust you, the higher this number goes. And this allows you to show up in more searches. So right now, you have 3 keywords that you can be found in Google searches for. The higher this number, the more keywords you can be found for, as long as you have them on your page. And these 3 keywords are what bring in the visitors. Right now, the 3 you have are bringing in 0 visitors per month. So let's take a quick look at what keywords you have and see why that is. Okay, so the first one, this one's not real helpful because it just has to do with weather. And obviously, you work with roofing. So these 2 are good ones here. Roofing contractor, Greenville, South Carolina. 40 people search this keyword every month. And your position, though, is 94. And even this first one, it's 92. That's going to put you on page 10 because there's 10 results for every page. So the problem with this one is that you're ranked so far back, you can see you're getting 0 visitors to your site. So if you were number 1, you'd get 20 to 37% of the total volume to your site. So because you're ranked so far back, you're getting 0. 80 to 85% of people will not go to page 2. So I'm going to show you Lanier's Roofing. They have their headers up here. 94 referring domains sending 1,600 links back to their site. So they have 29 as their trust. They have 307 keywords they can be found for. And that's bringing in about almost 300 visitors every month. So let's look at their keywords and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so the first keyword that shows up is roofing, Greenville, South Carolina. So 200 people search this every month. This is what we use for our Google search. And they're in the first position, so number 1. That's really good. So because they're number 1, they're getting 61 visitors to their website of the 200. So they're getting a really nice percentage there. They're getting probably about, was that 33%? Next up, roofer, Greenville, South Carolina. Here's the 400 volume. So 400 people search this every month. And they're in the 5th position. So that's going to bring them about 27 visitors to their site from the 400. So the lower you are ranked position, the lower the percentage. So the number 1 is going to be the best percent. And the more of these you're on the first page in the top 10, you're going to get more visitors to your site. So you can see this really starts to add up here. And you can get more and more keywords. All right, so now that you guys have seen that, 100 visitors to your site generally is about 20 to 30 phone calls. So that's usually between 2 and 4 jobs, depending on what your percentages are for closing customers. If you guys want to hear more information, I'll give you a call to follow up and ask if this was helpful. And if it was, if you guys have any questions, I can answer those for you. If you guys aren't looking to grow, then obviously you don't have to do anything with this information. If you have someone you currently use, you can show them. And if you guys are looking to grow and you don't have anybody, I can answer those questions for you. Thank you guys and have a great day.